There is a kind of wealth that no one sees, no one suspects, and yet it is more powerful than anything the world can display. It is silent wealth, wealth built in stillness, grown through discipline, and protected by wisdom. The world teaches you to chase attention, to show your progress, to prove that you're doing well. But those who truly rise above the noise understand this truth. The more people know your plans, the easier it is for them to interfere with your destiny. A rich life doesn't begin with what you have in your hands. It begins with what you protect in your mind. Silent wealth is not about hiding money. It's about guarding your peace, your focus, and your energy. It's about moving so quietly that when you arrive at success, people call it luck, not realizing it was the result of years of silent discipline. The first secret rule of silent wealth is the art of invisible discipline. Every morning before the world wakes, those who rise early in silence are already building their advantage. While others scroll through distractions, the silent ones train their mind like a warrior. They save when no one notices, they learn when others gossip, and they make decisions not for applause, but for alignment. Discipline is not about punishment, it is about devotion. Devotion to a higher version of yourself. When you practice this invisible discipline daily, your life begins to compound. Small, consistent actions, done quietly, build empires that noisemakers will never understand. The second rule is detachment from validation. The system thrives on your need to be seen. It manipulates you into spending for image, posting for approval, and living for likes. But the moment you no longer crave validation, you become untouchable. You stop buying things to impress people who secretly don't care. You start keeping your peace instead of proving your worth. Silent wealth is not loud cars, gold watches, or luxury vacations. It is freedom, the kind that allows you to wake up without anxiety and sleep without regret. You must learn to enjoy your growth privately, because when you detach from noise, clarity becomes your new currency. The third rule is patience, the discipline of time. Real wealth does not happen overnight. The seeds you plant today will not bear fruit tomorrow. You must water them in silence, protect them from doubt, and wait with faith. The bamboo tree grows underground for years before it breaks through the soil. It seems like nothing is happening, but its roots are preparing for strength. The same happens in your life. While others chase shortcuts, you build foundations. While others show off, you stay grounded. One day, your quiet persistence will rise so tall that it cannot be ignored. Those who mocked your silence will bow to your results. The fourth rule is privacy. Silence is your fortress. Talk less about your dreams and plans. Every word you speak gives away energy, and every person who knows your next move becomes a possible obstacle. Let your actions speak for you. When you achieve something, let the results make the noise. A wise monk once said, "A closed mouth gathers no enemies." In your pursuit of wealth, protect your energy like sacred gold. You don't owe the world an explanation for your progress. You owe yourself protection from their opinions. The fifth rule is self-education. Knowledge is the true currency of the future. While others chase quick wins, the wealthy study patterns. They read not to remember, but to apply. They learn new skills, study systems, and understand how the world truly works. Not the way schools taught them, but the way power operates. You must become a student of silence. When you study quietly, the world will one day ask how you became so wise, not realizing your power was built in the shadows of solitude. Learn about money, psychology, habits, and human nature. For when you understand people, you understand wealth. The sixth rule is minimalism. Simplicity is not poverty, it is mastery. The world teaches you to measure wealth by accumulation, but true wealth is measured by freedom. The less you need, the richer you are. When your desires shrink, your peace expands. Silent wealth means controlling your appetite for things that drain your focus. Buy less, but buy better. Live below your means, not because you can't afford more, but because you choose peace over pressure. When you free yourself from the prison of consumerism, you will feel lighter, stronger, and more in control than ever before. The seventh rule is investment, not only in assets, but in abilities. Invest in what multiplies silently: your knowledge, your health, your mindset, and your relationships. Invest in what cannot be stolen, skills that generate value even when the economy shifts. The wealthy think decades ahead, They plant trees under whose shade they may never sit. When you think long term, every choice becomes a seed of freedom. The goal is not just to make money. It is to make money work for you while you sleep, while you travel, while you meditate. Silent investors don't talk. They act, they wait, and they let time be their ally. The eighth rule is service. Real wealth is built by solving problems others avoid. Don't chase money, chase meaning. The greater the problem you solve, the greater your reward. Every successful person quietly served a need before they were celebrated. Be useful, not visible. Focus on impact, not applause. The monk who waters a single plant daily may one day find himself standing in a forest he created. You do not have to shout about your value. You only have to deliver it. The ninth and most sacred rule of silent wealth is spiritual alignment. If your inner world is chaotic, your outer world will reflect that chaos. But when you align your actions with purpose, humility, and integrity, wealth becomes a byproduct, not a pursuit. Money is energy, and it flows toward calm, focused, grateful minds. Practice gratitude not for what you want, but for what you already have. A peaceful heart attracts more abundance than a desperate one ever will. The richest souls are not the loudest. They are the calm ones who have learned to live fully without depending on approval. Understand this truth. Real power is invisible. The ones who truly win in life do so without announcements. They rise quietly, build silently, and move strategically. The universe rewards those who respect its rhythm. Every distraction you eliminate, every private victory you keep, every hour of focus you guard becomes part of your invisible empire. There will come a day when people will wonder how you became so stable, so peaceful, so wealthy, and you will simply smile because they will never understand the work you did in silence. The path of silent wealth is not glamorous. It is sacred. It demands patience, endurance, and self-control, but it gives you something far greater than applause. It gives you mastery over yourself. To walk this path means to understand that success built in silence lasts longer than success built in noise, because noise fades, applause dies, but discipline and peace echo for generations. You must remember that your wealth, your peace, your purpose, these are gifts that must be guarded, not flaunted. Move quietly, think deeply, and act with precision. Let others talk about success, you become it. Let others chase attention, you build foundations. You are not here to impress anyone. You are here to master yourself. And when you master yourself, wealth becomes your shadow. This is the teaching of the silent warrior, the monk who builds in silence and conquers without fighting. Wealth will come to you not when you shout for it, but when you become worthy of it. Every moment you choose silence over noise, patience over impulse, wisdom over vanity, you move closer to that hidden power the world can neither predict nor destroy. When you reach that level, you will no longer need to say you are rich, because your peace, your energy, and your freedom will say it for you. So walk quietly, live deliberately, and remember, the loudest room is rarely the richest. Those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know. Move like water, powerful, calm, and unstoppable. And when the world finally notices your success, it will already be too late for them to catch up, because you built it where no one was looking, in the silence of your discipline. If this message resonated with your soul, take a breath, reflect deeply, and walk the silent path toward mastery. Subscribe to Daily Path to Strength. Share this with someone ready to rise quietly, like the video to support the message, and comment the word discipline if you're ready to build your silent wealth and walk with wisdom.